Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon sequel is seemingly moving forward at Netflix, even before the first film is completed. After walking away from Justice League and Warner Bros., Snyder has found a new home at Netflix to create new franchises. He has already launched an Army of the Dead franchise for the streaming service, but his next project for them will be an original sci-fi story. Rebel Moon is a reimagined version of a Star Wars movie Snyder pitched to Lucasfilm several years ago. Like many of his other projects, Rebel Moon is planned as the beginning of a new franchise for the director to shepherd. Production is currently underway on the first Rebel Moon, which stars Sofia Boutella as a young warrior who gathers forces from around the galaxy to fight back against a tyrannical ruler. The supporting cast includes Charlie Hunnam, Djimon Hounsou, Ray Fisher, and Anthony Hopkins. Netflix has yet to announce when Rebel Moon will be released, but the plans for a sequel have already been made known. Reports surfaced earlier this year that Rebel Moon could be split into two parts as part of the epic scope Snyder envisioned. No official announcement about the sequel has come, though. There is now an official sign that Rebel Moon 2 is happening on Netflix. As shared by Deadline California, announced that 18 new Hollywood productions had received tax credits to film in the state, and Rebel Moon Part 2 is one of the biggest titles mentioned. The sequel will receive over $16 million in tax credits by spending roughly $83 million in California during the production. There are still no details on when Rebel Moon 2 will film, but Netflix securing tax credits for the production is an excellent sign that the sequel is moving forward and that it could film soon. With some reports suggesting that Snyder and Netflix plan to film Rebel Moon Part 2 back-to-back with the first film, securing the tax credit could be all the more important. Filming on the first movie began in late April 2022, so now that almost 4 months have passed, Snyder could be nearing the end of principal photography. This could be one step Netflix is taking to ensure Rebel Moon's sequel can begin shortly after the first movie wraps, which could mean cameras will start rolling on Rebel Moon 2 before the end of this year. As excited as Zack Snyder fans will be to know that Rebel Moon 2 is moving forward at Netflix, it does create a bit of uncertainty about when the first film will arrive. If the plan is to shoot the two movies back-to-back, Snyder will fully focus on filming the sequel once production begins. That could mean waiting longer to see Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon story continue. While that could be disappointing to those eager to see another Zack Snyder movie, it might also ensure that the gap between Rebel Moon and its sequel is minimal. Source: Deadline.